Hello, I'm Sheriff Rambosk, and I want to welcome you to On Scene.
Say goodbye to your end. You were gone, gone, gone. Faded into the setting sun. Slipped away, but I won't cry, 'cause I know I'll never be lonely. For you are the stars to me. You are the light
On behalf of Chief Weschler, Chief Hunter, and I, we welcome you to the National Law Enforcement Memorial for Collier County. For those fallen heroes, both here in Collier County, the state of Florida, and throughout the United States.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the rampants we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Today is our opportunity to honor and pay tribute to those who have sacrificed their lives for us as a community, as a country. And you know, 90 law enforcement officers have been killed so far this year. That has been accomplished through vehicle crashes, but more importantly, shootings, because we see violence continually on the rise. There are more than 900,000 law enforcement officers currently throughout the United States today. About 12% of those are women. According to the FBI Uniform Crime Stats, 1.2 million violent crimes have occurred. That's what makes this job even so much more important. Crime fighting has taken its toll. Since 1791, when the first law enforcement officer was killed, more than 20,000 have given their lives. And in fact, 20,600 or 267 names are on the memorial wall. That is many too many. A total of 1,500 officers have died in just the last 10 years. And unfortunately, what that means is one dying every 58 hours. Many too many sacrifices being made. There have been 58,261 assaults against law enforcement officers, and that relates to 15,000 plus injuries in addition to those fatalities. We need to thank each and every one of those men and women who have not only given their life, but given their time away from their families and given us and the rest of our community and the nation the protection so that we can go home and sleep at night. Therefore, on this day, it's our honor and privilege to remember our fallen heroes. One of the ways in which we do that each and every year is we look at a speaker. And this year we have a very unique opportunity to have one of our own members who is going to share a family story with us. Angela has been a resident of Collier County since 1985. She began her service with the Collier County Sheriff's Office on April 23rd, 1997. She began in human resources. She transferred to the Senior Services Unit in 2003 and became the Victims Senior Advocacy Unit Supervisor in 2005. Angela and her unit have organized the Collier County Sheriff's Office Law Enforcement Memorial for the past 9 years. It is my honor and my privilege to introduce to you our Victim Services Supervisor, Angela Larson.
Certain dates hold special meaning to us, like birth dates, holidays, wedding anniversaries, and such. What can you recall about those dates? Some of you may recognize one of them because you were working at the Collier County Sheriff's Office or the Naples Police Department and know the tragedy that befell a fellow officer on that particular day. You may remember that a coworker, a friend, died. There are many here tonight that know those specific dates and probably the hour that they received news that forever changed their life. The day their father, son, brother, husband, grandfather, uncle died. If you were to talk to these surviving family members about the day their loved one was killed in the line of duty, many would not be able to recall a lot of details about the day itself, because like so many other days before, the day began routinely. Their loved one put on their uniform, packed a lunch, said goodbye and I love you, and were out the door. For them, that day started like any other, until the knock at the door, the sight of deputies on the doorstep, and the news that no one ever wants to hear. They can probably tell you in great detail because when that news comes, everything slows down, and then everything crashes. I know from experience because these are the things I remember when my brother, Sergeant Michael Larson of the Bryan County Sheriff's Office in Georgia, was killed in the line of duty December 10th, 2006. I can tell you in great detail about the call I received. It was 1:30 in the morning, and for me, a morning call like that is usually dispatch needing some help. But it wasn't dispatch when I answered the call that day. When I turned on the light, the stranger on the other end of the line was telling me something about an accident, and I heard Mike and I heard Lisa. I couldn't understand what was happening. I heard Mike's name again and I said, wait a minute. Okay, a drug-impaired driver left his disabled vehicle on the road. Mike was responding to back up an officer, and I remember there was an accident. That's all I heard. And I asked, where was Mike now? The person on the end of the phone said that he had died. The next question was if anyone had called my mom, who lived just 2 houses down, or my dad, who was in Indiana. When they said they just got off the phone with my mom, I simply hung up. I immediately left my house and walked to my mom's door. When she opened it, we just clung to each other and cried. We then called my 2 sisters and through sobs tried to console each other. Those early morning events are seared into my memory. Our family finding ways to cope and support each other as best we could. As time has gone by, the tears come less often, but every now and then I hear a song or a familiar phrase that reminds me about him, and the heartache sneaks back in. These memorials outside the Sheriff's Office and the Naples Police Department, at the State Capitol, and at the National Memorial all honor those who entered into law enforcement knowing fully well that one day they might be called upon to lay down their lives. Those we honor tonight made that choice willingly, and that is why their ultimate sacrifice means so much. Thank you again for allowing me to speak here tonight to honor these men and their families.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Kevin Rambosk. Hurricane season begins June 1st and ends November 30th. We want everyone in our community to think ahead and be prepared before a storm arrives. Check your emergency food supplies and restock them if needed. Inspect your home and make sure you have the proper equipment to secure it. Make sure your emergency equipment such as flashlights, radios, and other devices are operational and have fresh batteries. Stay tuned to your local news and weather for updates and important instructions before, during, and after the storm. For more information about hurricane preparedness, please visit the Collier County Emergency Management website at www.collierem.org.
Dad, is everything gonna be okay?
A few simple precautions can help you stay safe on the water. Southwest Florida offers some of the best boating in the world, and we want all boaters to stay safe while they're enjoying our beautiful waterways. Be sure to inspect your boat prior to launching. Check all emergency equipment and make sure you have life preservers for everyone on board. It's also important to file a float plan so that someone on shore knows where you'll be and what time you plan to return. You can find more about boating safety tips as well as recommended float plans that you can print and fill out at www.colliersheriff.org. We hope you've enjoyed our program, and we look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you for being our partner for a safe community.